I grew up in Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. I grew up in a church. My grandfather was the pastor of the church that we went to. My grandmother started the Christian school that I attended. So we were like the known family. Every Sunday I would be at church. Every Wednesday I would be at church. We would even host like groups at our home. But my parents eventually got divorced. I saw kind of a different world at home than I did at church, and so it kind of created a bit of dissonance for me.
We lived in a social housing, 2-bedroom, 7 siblings, and there's not much room in there, yeah, so all the kids in the lounge sleeping next to each other, and you sort of had to find somewhere in the corner to sleep. Family were drinking around the home and, come home drunk, and verbal arguments and the raised voices, the swearing, fist fights, and, alcohol abuse and damage around the home. That was enough, for me to feel afraid. We had to, leave home and go and stay in, with other family members, just a different home, but same movie.
I would say my sense of control was heightened when my parents got divorced because so many things were out of my control, that if I controlled everything that happened in my life, then I would be okay. So from a very early age, I was like a high achiever because I wanted my parents' attention. So I would be like, I'm not going to do anything wrong. I'm going to be very good. I'm going to have perfect attendance. I'm going to get all A+. I cried when I got A-. I was really that kid. And then that just became who I was. That became the expectation of, that defined me, my successes, my achievements.
I think I ended up being the black sheep, but I also had abandonment issues as well. When my parents would leave me with my brothers, they would take it out on me, yeah. Maybe around 6 years old, my brother actually stabbed me because I couldn't stop crying. I was so scared of him. And he thought putting a knife through my leg would shut me up, yeah.
My father wasn't around to support us, didn't pay custody. So my mom was a single mother of 4 children. I was the second, but I felt like I didn't want to be like the sad, fatherless girl. I just wanted to be Laurissa and have fun, and that was it. I hung out with teenagers that were Christian and went to youth camp. And then when I felt like they were just being too straight, I would hang out with all the other kids that partied. And I thought, oh, this is a lot of fun. And then when I started feeling uncomfortable and unsafe, then I would go back to my Christian friends. But then the pull of it was exciting to do, to party.
My older brothers would drink and leave marijuana around, and so around 9, 10 years old, yeah, probably my first taste of alcohol and marijuana. And then, finding magazines, and then, VCR tapes, push play. Oh, shucks, what's this? So pornography, at a young age. My uncle would take us in the V8s for rides and, meet up down at the Harbour Bridge with all his other mates. The leather jackets and the side patches and the V8 cars. It was very attractive, I liked it, because it gave me some sort of peace away from home.
I was like a high-functioning party girl. I still got Dean's honor roll. I was in the top of my class in high school, graduated with honors. That's the yellow sash that I wore. I think that I was always seeking affirmation to say, well done, you did a good job, because I was always just seeking approval. And I sought that in all sorts of avenues, academically, socially, and then eventually in my career. And so I would always be chasing the gold star.
Around 13, 14 years old, I was hooked on Class A speed. And then from there, I was already in a street gang, which is the Crips. Different crews would come and get me to fight their battles. I was just keen to fight. It became like an art to me. Through my actions, a lot of people got hurt. Man, I would put it down to everybody knew me as violent. Yeah, I would say I became a real angry young man and a real violent person towards anyone. I also had like a jealous rage in me. Like nobody validated like how I was feeling. So the streets were the ones that I felt like validated me.
Yeah, I thought that I was in control, but I always had to go back I was always looking for something. I think that's why I partied so much. I would think transactionally, like, are you going to all your classes? Yes. Are you passing all your tests? Yes. Are you going to all the parties? Yes. Cool, you're winning. I wouldn't try to think too deeply. And then eventually, in my 5th year of university, I got the opportunity to come to New Zealand. And that's what changed my life, New Zealand. So I met Ty, and he was unlike anyone I'd ever met. Ty and I got married when I was about 25. Ty and I would party every weekend. And then sometimes you might drink again on Tuesday or Wednesday because you just feel like you need to fill up again. And we were high functioning. You would have no idea.
Married, 4 children, dealing drugs at a different level now, cooking meth, getting access to ingredients. My addictions were like out the gate so high. I couldn't contain it. Absent. Yeah, as a father, I was absent from my wife and my kids. Abusive, like angry. I feel like I was just repeating growing up. It was just a cycle. There was no more answers to my crimes. I was actually like suffocating in my sin. I was like drowning. I could feel it too. And I knew I had to stop. Like I knew it wasn't good for me. Relationships were breaking down. My marriage was, man, like in the pits, in the trenches. My wife started taking drugs as well because of my influence. And one of the times, when she actually told me that she doesn't like the drug. She only takes the drug to become close to me, so that you can see me, and I want to know what you see in your eyes about me. That actually broke me, but it wasn't enough for me to change. And then, I'd say about a year from there, my wife committed suicide. That's one of the things that was hard for me to let go, was my guilt around that. I was like mentally on the run. Even though I was on the run from the cops, I was actually on the run in my head. Like it just never stopped. I was just so angry at everyone. I just took more drugs. I tried to overdose. I tried to shoot myself. I actually tried to hang myself too. I felt like I was chasing death. I just wanted to die. So I took on the role of picking up debt collecting for other clubs. One of the bills I collected, assaulted him like real bad, and I knew he was gonna come back and get me. 2 weeks later, I got shot in my own house. They waited for the kids to go, and then they came in, and shot it out to me there. Where I was shot 3 times. They robbed me and left me there to die. So woke up 3 days, all the bullets were taken out of me in recovery. Man, to be honest, I woke up, I was quite upset I was still here. That's the honest truth. I was not happy, yeah. I was like, fuck, I wish I was dead, you know? Yeah, like I thought I had no purpose being here anymore. And I didn't know how to look after my kids, you know? Like, yeah, so those were the things that I was facing, you know?
I remember there was one time at Splore, and Splore is a music festival that was like, I thought it was the essence of who I was. And I was sitting on a hill with this concoction of things in me, and I was watching these people with all the glitter and feathers and going, there's gotta be more. What am I chasing? And I didn't know what the answer was. I just knew at that moment, this is not the path that's for me. I mean, we thought we had everything. We thought we were successful and capable, but eventually we realized there was an emptiness, something that we needed to fill.
My kids were afraid of me. My parents were afraid of me. Man, when I looked in the mirror, all I saw was a demon. That's all I saw. Like, sometimes I wouldn't even see my face, you know? Yeah, I was like staring into nothing. Yeah, I would see myself as nothing. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, like, I was like, man, there's gotta be more to this than just smoking meth, you know, or being violent or angry all the time. Like, I'm sure like, maybe if I get sober, you know, at the time I needed peace, but I didn't know that's what I needed. I knew I had to get off everything, you know, I knew I had to put it all down. I knew I had to be a father. I knew the end goal, but how I didn't know how to get there.
On paper, I had a good life. I looked successful. But it was like lighting a match. Oh, cool. And its burn is done. Light a match. Okay, that's it. Just keep taking it until really Ty. There was one night we were partying and he sat down and he started kind of getting teary-eyed. And he goes, I think Jesus is real. I think Jesus is the truth. And I am like, this is the guy that said to me, I will never go to church.
The last Sunday of 2018, I went to church. I can't remember the preaching, man, but when I heard the altar call, man, in my heart, like it just gave me this, like, it gave me a peace, like, where I didn't have to worry anymore. And I did say to God, if you've got all the answers, you know, then maybe I'll come back tonight. Anyway, left the building, went home. I was so happy, I was just so full of joy, but not even thinking that it came from, like, where I just left. Went back to church that night, man, and then I was just hoping, like, I hope they do that same calling, you know, that same talk that they did at the end. Man, as soon as they opened up the altar, that was me. Yeah, I didn't wait. I'm standing there and I'm just crying, bro. I'm just crying out to God, and I'm actually just telling him, like, man, if you really love me, like rescue me. Like help me be a dad. Yeah, take the guilt, because I'm so guilty right now, you know, like I just don't know what to do anymore. So I heard about God and forgiveness, but I thought, like, that wouldn't work for me. Like, I'm too far gone. Like, I didn't stand a chance with him. You know, I thought, like, it was just like just a fairy tale.
I kind of describe my salvation like a garden. I thought that I had a thriving garden, and God saw it as just a jungle full of vines and weeds. And he came and just pulled things out. And I realized that I'm just as sinful, just as broken as anybody else. And there's not like there's big sin and there's little sin. There's all the same sin. No matter what I did, I was a sinner, and I deserved the cross.
I made so many bad decisions in my life that I was like the thief on the cross. With everything that I went through, everything that I committed, every sin. I felt like, I should be up there, not Jesus.
None of us deserves to be with God. But when you finally surrender and humble yourself to knowing you need Jesus, he shows up. It's like he says, today, you'll be with me in paradise.
If I think about it, man, if I continued being proud and living the way I was, I don't think I would be able to fix myself. But when I stand there and look at the 3 crosses, I know that the man in the middle, who was Jesus, he's the one that saved me.
For the first time, and as long as I can remember, I felt peace. I felt this fullness. And I look back on what I had, the job title, the socializing, and so on. And it just is, it's nothing in comparison to when you live in right standing with God and understanding that he is the only one that saves, and that you can never do enough. You don't want anything else.
Man, so much has changed in my life now, and my relationships with my kids has been restored. I have the blessing of living with my daughter and my son. My children are in church. I have three grandchildren. My relationships with my parents have been so good today. They've blessed me so much, bro. We have mortgages now. Different kind of debt now, yeah. Long term. But one of my biggest blessings, man, today I would say is my marriage. I remarried, and just like, the thief on the cross, he got a second chance. I got a second chance in marriage.
My life, now that I've given it to Jesus, is completely transformed inside out. My marriage is transformed. My kids are transformed. I'm transformed. I don't feel filled with guilt and question. I feel like I'm finally living on and walking on the path that I should be.
My purpose is to, just love people and tell people about him. I work in mental health now. I was sharing with the sis, I made it there with no qualification. I just hope that, people who are in those situations and that are, living a life of crime, do turn their lives around, and it's not too late. And today, man, I'm, free from guilt, addictions, pornography, alcohol, you name it, just done, Still not perfect, man, but I'd rather, journey with God while facing these battles than any day out in the world.
He just wants your heart. When you surrender your heart, it's like, he just fills it. I don't want what the world has to give anymore. I just want him.
I feel like Jesus is the friend I never had. Jesus is the one that fills the gap. I would see myself as nothing. When I look in the mirror now, I see like God's creation. Like that's the honest truth. Like God molded me from brokenness to where I'm supposed to be, like in His image. That's how I feel. God can restore anyone that's broken, no matter your situation. God will visit you. You just have to surrender. Give it all to God. Give it 100, nothing less,